Hey guys, welcome back to the course. In the last video, we have seen that how to create this product card component, and we had loop inside a flat list component. We have also seen that how to make this scrollable, this category button, and this text info field. Okay, so let's understand the last code quickly. So we are inside the home screen component, and you can see that we are having a linear gradient component, and after that we are rendering a header component. So that's why the header component is sticky, and after that we have a product flat list where we are passing a number of columns to. That's why we are getting two data in a row, and after that we have passing one props called list header component, and inside that we had passed some this text and input container, and we are having a category section as well. Okay, and whenever you pass any component inside the list header component, that is almost scrollable. That's why this matches style component is callable. After that we are having passing a data 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that's why we are getting 6 data here. And inside the render item we are rendering a product card component. Okay, and here we are passing item is like the state and set is like the state as we have created above on the top. Okay, and we can toggle this is like the state. Okay, perfect. Now in this video what we are going to do thoroughly, basically we are going to make the dynamic product data mapping. Okay, this first thing. Basically we are having a one data and we're gonna loop that, and we're gonna make the light functionality works. Basically when we click on a single item, that will only items get clicked. After that we will see like how do we create nested stack navigation. Basically we gonna have a nested stack navigation. Basically when we click on product page product, it will open to the inside the nested navigation. So we will talk about how to do nested navigation, and we're gonna create the product data screen. Okay, so let's do the first thing, dynamic product data mapping. So for that we need a data. To get the data, what we have to do, I will provide this repository link. This is the repository link. You have to go inside the data and you have to click on data.json. You have to just copy this data. Okay, and I will provide this data this link in the description box as well. So you have to just copy this copy this data, copy this raw file. After that what you have to do, you have to create one directory inside the source directory, name as a data. Okay, inside that I'm going to create a file called data.json, and we have to just dump all the code, dump all the data. Okay, after that we have to go inside the home screen component. Okay, and we have to import that data. So let's import the data. Import data from inside the data slash data.json file. Okay, so we have imported that data file. Okay, and now I'm going to create one state called const products set products. Okay, and by default in the user state I'm gonna pass the products data dot products state. So basically inside this product state we are gonna having this all the data. Okay, and after that instead of like rendering this 1 2 3 4 5 6, we are going to render this data products data. And if you thoroughly see it, look at the data, we are having a 20 data almost, and each data is object has a id, image, title, and the price, as you can see that. Okay, after that let's go to the home screen. If I reload the app, now you can see that we are getting almost 20 data. Okay, now after that inside the product card component, you can see that we are destructuring the item and the index. Okay, we are passing that item and is like the state and set is like the state to the this component. So let's go to the product card component and make the dynamic all the things. Okay, so first of all let's make the dynamic to the this image. So here we have to also destructure the item as well from the props. Okay, and the first parameter which we have to do, that is called rendering the image. To render the image we have to write URI, and we have to write item dot image. Okay, now as you can see that all the images become dynamic. Okay, and you can see that here we have added all the image, this image URL, another, and so on. Okay, now after that we have to make the title as well dynamic. So what we have to do, you have to write here item dot title. As you can see that the title is the key for this a different key. So now you can see that we have leather jacket, blue jeans, blah blah blah. Okay, now let's make the price dynamic as well. So we have key called item dot price. Okay, now as you can see that the price become also dynamic. Perfect. Now if I reload this, so you can see that there is one bug. If I clicking on one heart, it is making it all the heart selected and deselected. Now what I supposed to do basically, if I click on a single heart, it will only highlight that only one single heart. So what we have to do, so we have to go on the home screen component, and I'm going to create one function called cons handle liked. Okay, and here we gonna get the item. Okay, now what I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna do new products. Okay, first I'm gonna run a loop on existing products.map. Okay, and we get the item. After that, what I'm gonna do, if item dot, sorry, I'm going to name as a product instead of item product. If product dot id is equal to item dot id. Okay, if it's matching with the parameter which I'm getting, what I have to do basically, I have to return this like this, and we have to split this product state. After that, I'm gonna do like is liked is a true. Okay, now after this, if it's not part of a block, we have to write return product. Now if you understand this code base, so what is happening, we are having a products array, we are just looping that item, and we are checking that if product.id is mapping is equal to with the item which I'm passing, then what we have to do, just split the whole object and make the is liked as a true. Okay, otherwise return the else object. Okay, now after that, what we have to do, we have to set product to the new products. Okay, now after that, we have to pass this handle like but function to the here inside this. So we don't want to pass this as well. Okay, it's like we're gonna pass this only handle like state. Okay, and after that, let's go to the product card component, and if we check only if item dot is liked is true, item dot, what we have to check, item dot is liked property is true, then only we have to render this highlighted out, as otherwise render the normal heart. Okay, if I reload this, okay, now still you can see that is it still rendering this heart icon. So that's a bug. Let me figure out once more. So first of all, we are getting, let's remove this is like set is like state. We are gonna have a handle like function, we are calling this function, and what we have supposed to pass here, inside here we have to pass the item. Okay, now item dot is like is initially is gonna be it's gonna be false, so it always render this hot state. Okay, which I'm wrong, I think. Okay, so we have to do like this. So if I click on any heart icon, so you can see that it's becoming like this. So the mistake is that which I was doing basically, this if its item is like is true, then we have to render this this heart icon, the colored heart icon. This is the color heart icon, this is colored heart icon, basically filled one. Okay, this is the filled one icon, and let me reload this quickly. Now as you can see that we are having a heart icon. If I click on any heart icon, so it's only reflecting that heart icon. So let's understand like how it's happening. To understand this, so let's understand quickly. So let's remove this code because we don't want. So what is happening, we are having a product state and set product state, and we are passing one function handle like this state. So we are getting the item, whatever the item user clicking on that. So first I'm mapping with the product.map, and I'm checking that a product.id mapping with the this id, basically if that id exists in the product object. So just add one property called is liked as true, and after that I'm just setting the updating this product state. Okay, now here we can see that inside the product card component, what am I trying to do basically, I'm just getting a handle like this state. Okay, and after that we am just updating the all the images, and whenever user click on heart icon, I'm just passing that item, and we are checking that if item is logged is true, then render this heart icon, fill in heart icon, otherwise render this normal heart icon. Okay, so yeah, that's yeah, that's how we have to solve this problem. So if we take a look in the Notion, so we have seen that how to make dynamic product data mapping, make the functionality works. So after that, we have to work on a nested navigation functionality. So let's see how we can do that as well. So let's first of all, when we click on this tab button, this product card, it should open inside this another screen basically. So that's why we want any another the screen name as a stack navigation as well. So to get the stack navigation, what we have to do, you have to type React navigation. Okay, React native navigation. Okay, just open this. Now click on read docs. As we have already set up install this React navigation native, and we have also installed this package as well. And after that, you have to just click on this. You have to install this package stack navigation. Just copy this command, paste it here, and hit enter. Okay, now you can see that it get installed. Now after that, what I'm trying to supposed to do, guys, let you know quickly. So the thing which I want to do, if we go to the app.jsx, okay, now here we are having a tab screen name as a home, right? Now here we are having a child component, like the home screen, the product card has one child component as well, right? Now basically what I'm trying to tell you guys that like home screen gonna have a one child screen as well. Basically when we click on this, it should be open the product details screen, and that's why we want a nested navigation. To get that, what we have to do basically, let me remove this code. I think we are not using. Okay, so basically what we have to do, we have to create one const my home stack component, my home stack. Okay, inside that what we have to do, we have to return like this. Okay, and inside that we have to do something like this. Let me show you guys. So we have to first initialize const stack is equal to create native stack navigation. So after that, let's import this as well. Okay, and we have to do like the stack.navigator and stack.screen. So let me copy this quickly. Okay, and have to do like this. Okay, and stack.navigator and stack.screen. Okay, so first of all, what we're gonna have a home screen, and let's import the home screen as well. So we have already imported the home screen, and we're gonna have an extension called product. Let me rename this name in the camel casing form, like capital casing, and another component called product details. Okay, and let's go to the source directory. Inside the screens, I'm gonna create another component name as a product details screen, product details screen.jsx, and I'm gonna use rnfes command to create a new React Native component. Okay, now let's go to the home component, and we have to just paste that component and just type control plus space and import that product details screen component. Okay, now after that, here we are just rendering a home screen component. Now here we have to pass the my home stack, this component. Okay, and instead of having a home, we have to name as a home stack. Okay, now let me reload this quickly. If I reload this, my bad, nothing worked. Okay, so let me stop the server because something is crashed right now. So I'm going to type npm start again. Okay, so it will start the server and again do the rebundle stuff. So let me type the stuff again. So if I thoroughly explain you what I had done, so first of all, I install the stack navigation. After that, I create one function or component called my home stack. Here we are having a setup called home screen, where we are passing the home screen. Another screen called product details screen, where we are having a product details screen. Okay, now after that, let's see that. Okay, now let's go to the home screen component. Here we are having a product card. Okay, now whenever user click on this component, it should navigate to the product screen, and this icon should be highlighted as well, and that's why we are using nested navigation. Okay, now what I'm going to do, const navigation is equal to use navigation. Okay, now to navigate from one screen to another screen, we have to use navigation hook. Okay, now as you can see that we have added touchable, we have replaced the view with the touchable opacity and add a one on press event as well. Here what we gonna do, basically here we gonna do navigation dot navigate. We have to pass the path, so the path gonna be product details component. Okay, so let me pass that path and let me reload this quickly. Now if I click on this card, as you can see that we are getting into the product details screen, and it's highlighting this card as well, this icon as well, and that is possible only because of the nested stack navigation, like nested navigation. Now if you can see that we are showing these headers as well, so we can we can remove this. We don't want to show these headers. To remove that, what we have to do, we have to type headers shown as a false, if I make it false, now you can see that if I click on this, now we can't see any this basically header gets removed. Perfect. Now let's go back to the product card again. Now let's suppose I want to pass some data as well. So how we can pass the data, basically we have to just pass the data like this inside the item object. Okay, now let's go to the product details screen. Now we have to design this screen like this. Okay, so let's design this thoroughly quickly. So to design this, first of all, what we have to do, we're gonna have a I use a linear gradient background because it's a linear gradient background. To use that linear gradient background, we are already using on this home component. So let me copy paste quickly. Copy, and let's put this product details screen. So you can see that I just copy and paste the linear gradient, and let me import this linear gradient form as well. Okay, now you can see that whenever the component is loading, we are get back to this home screen page, and that's become our development slow. To fix that, what we want that the initial router name should be product details screen. So how we can trigger out this? So we're gonna have one property name called initial router name, and we can define as a product details screen. And if I reload this, so always it's gonna render this product details screen. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to this component, and we're gonna have a container. Inside the container, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pass the flex as a 1, and now you can see that awesome gradient background. Okay, now we're gonna have a one view, and inside this view I'm gonna style this styles dot header container. Okay, and after that we're gonna have a header component. So now you can see that we are importing a header component here. Okay, now if I show you guys how it's gonna looking, so this is how it's looking, header container. Now I want some, if you see look at here, so we have some padding and margin. To give that padding and margin, what we have to do, we have to type header container, sorry my bad, we have to type header container. Okay, and we're gonna have a giving padding as a 20. Okay, now if I make it padding 20, now you can see that it's looking well. After that we are having one image, this girl image. So let's add an image quickly. We're gonna have an image, we had imported the image, and we're gonna have a source. Okay, and we're gonna have a like URI. Okay, I've already have a one image, so I'm just copy pasting that image from this repo URL. Let me copy that image from this repo. So we're gonna have a product details screen, and I'm just copying this image. This looks image cool, that's why I'm using right now. Okay, so this is the image URL which I'm going to use, image URL. Okay, now after that let's style this as well. Like we have to give some property styles dot cover image. Okay, now let's thoroughly give the styling to this cover image. So it's gonna be, width will be 100%, the height will be I think uh, height, what should I give? 550. If I give 550, now you can see that's too much. I don't want to give too much. So if I check it out to the Figma, so what is the optimal size is that 430. The height is 430, so I can give like 420 almost. Yeah, I think it's looking better. Okay, now after that, this component image, we having a called winter code title and the price. So let's add that as well quickly. Now we're gonna have a view, and inside this view I'm gonna call this style as a styles dot content container, content container. Okay, and inside that we're gonna have a one text. The first text gonna be winter code. Okay, and another text for this price. So let me copy this price as well. Okay, so let me replace with this price. Okay, now you can see that this is how it's looking. So let's style this as well. So styles dot title, title, and styles dot style is equal to styles dot price. Okay, now let's copy this content container. So we want in a one direction this content container. So flex direction will be become row, and justify content will become space between. Okay, now you can see that it's went to the this direction. Okay, now let's style this title and the price as well. So the title size will be almost gonna be font size will be 20, and this color. Okay, the font size which I want, that's 20, and color which I want, that should be like this. Okay, now I think the font size looks better. Now if we check it out, this we're gonna have a font size is 20, and we're gonna have some font weight as well. Font weight will be almost 500, I think for sure. 20, and this is also 20, only the color get changed, right? So we're gonna have a same title, like let's add like this style dot price, and we're gonna have a styles dot title style and the price style. On the price style, the color gonna be changed. So let's add that. The color will become this, like this. Let's check it out. The color will become something like that. So let me copy that color and replace that. Okay, looks better. Now you can see that there is some margin horizontal from this left and right side. So let's give some margin horizontal as well. This content. The margin horizontal will be 20. If I make it 20, looks better. Okay, now after that we're gonna have a size something as well. So, and after that let's add a margin vertical of 20 as well. Okay, now let's do one thing, the size property. Let's add a size text. So we're gonna have a size container. Here we're gonna have a view, and its style is equal to styles dot size container, and we're gonna have a one text called size. So let's add a size quickly from this here text. We're gonna have a size. Okay, and let's add a property called style is equal to styles dot size text. Okay, and we're gonna have a size content as well. So what I'm gonna do, basically, let's move to the size text to the up of the this container, and let's style that as well. So size text will be something like this, font weight 20, and the same. So what I'm going to supposed to do, basically, instead of having another styling for this size text, what I'm going to do, like this, styles dot title, and the comma will be style dot size text. Okay, now the size text I'm gonna give some margin only. So size text gonna give some margin, margin horizontal will be 20. Okay, Now it looks better. After that we are having a some size like this. Okay, let's do that as well. So what I'm gonna do, basically we're gonna have a cons sizes, and we're gonna have a called SMLXL. So we're gonna have a S, we're gonna have a M, L, and XL. Okay, now if I go here, and inside the size container, what I'm going to supposed to do, so what I'm sizes dot map, we get the size. Okay, and here what we are going to do, we are going to return a component. I'm going to return a component. Here we are having a view, and inside that we are having a text, and we are having a size as well. And instead of having a view, I'm going to have a touchable opacity. Okay, and let's replace with this touchable opacity like this. My bad. Touchable opacity. Oh, copy, paste. Okay, now you can see that this is coming in this direction. So first of all, let's do the size container styling. The size container will be flex direction as a row. Okay, and the margin horizontal will be 20 as well. Okay, now for this text, style is equal to styles dot size value. Okay, and we're gonna have a styles dot size value container. Okay, I think size value container. Okay, so let's copy this. Now let's add some styling for that as well. So we are having a size value container, and another property is called size value. Okay, let's add a font size of the font size will be almost 18. So let's add a font size of 18. Okay, and now looking better. Now what I supposed to do, basically I'm gonna have a some okay, let's check it out. So as you can see that this is the height for this round circle. We are having a 36 height in width. So let's add a height of 36, width of 36, and we're gonna have some border radius of 18 to make it circle, and background color will be hashtag 3ff. So let's copy paste that as well. Now let me reload this. If I reload this, it's causing some error because I make a typo here. Okay, now you can see that we are getting some like this. Okay, now we have to make justify content center, and we're gonna have a line item center as well. Okay, now let's increase the font weight. The font weight of this will be medium as well. So let's add a font weight of 600. Okay, now it's looking better. Now I need some between the this container, so we need some margin. What margin horizontal will be almost 10. Perfect. Now after that I think the size looks better as XL. Now what I want to do, basically if I click on any item, the color should get changed to this color. Okay, so how we can do it, basically, so let's do that as well, this functionality. So we're gonna have a one functionality called const selected selected size set selected size, and by default user state gonna be null. Okay, and let's do that quickly. If now I'm gonna add a property here, basically if selected size is equal to this size, okay, then what I'm gonna do, basically the color will gonna be this color EFFF. Okay, now here what I'm gonna supposed to do on the touchable opacity on the press item, I'm going to do like this. Set selected size will be this new size. Okay, now if I click on this, okay, nothing works. If I click on this, nothing is working right now. Let's check it out. So set selected size. So let's see it, does it updating the value? Nope. So let me do it again. I'm clicking on any item, it's not updating because let's check it out. So we are having a size touchable opacity and we are updating with the set selected size with the new value size value. And if I console here the size, uh, my bad, if I click on this, nothing is working right, and that's too weird. Like sizes dot map. Okay, and if I console the size here and click on this SMXL, why it's not touchable opacity is working? So let me close this quickly. Let me open this again. Okay, now we are having this, we are calling this function on the on press event. If I click on this, now it's working. So because that was not working because the app was not loaded in a right manner. Okay, now basically what is happening now, whenever we are clicking on touchable opacity, we are setting a state, set selected state, and the height value will be SLMXL, whatever the user is selecting on that. And if that is selected value is equal to the this size, so I'm adding a color is a this color. Perfect. Now after that we're gonna have a colors as well. So let's add a colors as well. So we're gonna have a color container text, and we're gonna have a colors, and I'm gonna just copy this styling that as well here for the color styles dot title, and the size text will be become like this 20, and the color will be gonna be same as well. And we're gonna have some margin top, I think. So let's add a margin top. So we're gonna have a color text. Okay, and let's add a margin and some padding as well. So we're gonna have a color text. Okay, and if you check it out here, yeah, color, my bad, let me, I was making a typo, color text. Okay, so now what I want to do, basically I want to give some margin, horizontal will be 20, and the margin top will be 10. Okay, now is thing looking better. Okay, if you check it out, that we are giving margin horizontal 20. Awesome. Now you can see that we have to do like this. Okay, basically when we click on any color, so it should become that color. Okay, so first of all, let's copy that all the colors to loop that colors. So we are gonna create one array const colors, and we're gonna just replace that as well, all the colors. So instead of replacing that, copy pasting again and again, I've already have one array, colors array. So I'm going to just replace that array, the colors array. As you can see that we have, like, get all the colors array. Okay, and let's do that. Now we're gonna have a one view, and inside that view I'm gonna name as a style is equal to styles dot color container. Okay, and we're gonna have a colors array dot map. We get the item here. What we're gonna do, basically here we're gonna return a component, the first component, and inside that component we are gonna return another component, another view. Okay, and basically let's do like this. So we're gonna have a style, and styles dot circle, basically. So let's style the circle quickly. So the circle will be looking like this. Height will be almost if I check it out, the height is almost 36. So let's add a height as well, 36. Width will be 36 as well. border radius will be almost 18. Okay, now you can see that nothing is appears here because we are added not a background color. So let's add a background color as well. So we're gonna have a background color as instead of having item, we're gonna have a called color. We are going to call this color. Now you can see that we are getting color like this in a different direction, right? So I'm gonna call this color container. Let me scroll down, color container, and we're gonna have a flex direction as a row. Okay, awesome. Now you can see that this is the color container looking like this. We're gonna have a border radius as well to the circle, and let's add some margin horizontal as a 20. Okay, and after that this circle property is not working. Why? We are having a border radius of 18, and let's add some margin vertical, margin horizontal as well, margin horizontal of 10 as well. So okay, 10, and we're gonna having a border radius of 18. And why it's not working this border radius? So we are having a style dot circle and background color. Here we are defining a height and width. Border is, if I make 20, yeah, perfect. It's working, reflecting. Okay, now you can see that we are having a color like this. But what I was supposed to do basically, if I click on any item, so it should become a one, create one border on the top of it. So what I'm gonna do basically, I'm gonna create another styles called circle border. Okay, and let's do that quickly. Okay, and let me do that quickly. So circle border gonna be looking like this. Border width will be gonna 1. Okay, and the same border radius will be gonna be same, something like this again. But what I supposed to do basically, if I check it out, so we are having a 48. So let's make a 48 instead of 36. We're gonna have a 48. We're gonna have a 24. Okay, now you can see that this is looking like this. Too weird, right? So let me remove this margin horizontal 10. Okay, now in the circle content, what I'm gonna do basically, justify content center, not, oh my bad, align item center. Okay, now and instead of having border width as a 1, I'm gonna make it 2. Okay, and I think this will gonna work like this, align item center, so it will make the item in the center and the justify content center, so it's gonna make the item in the center. Awesome. Now if we basically, if we click on any item, let me reload this quickly. Now I think margin, that give me some margin as well here. Margin horizontal will be 10, not 10, let's make it 5. 5. Now what I supposed to do, if I click on any item, that color should get applied to that border width. Okay, so let's do that as well. So to get that, what I have to do basically, inside this view circle container, we have to type border color, and that color, okay, is gonna be this color. As you can see, that is become color. Now what I supposed to do basically, if we're gonna have a const selected color set selected color, and by default it's gonna be null. Okay, now whenever user click on any color, that color gets selected. So let's add a touchable opacity, and we're gonna have an on press event. Here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call this set selected color gonna be this new color. Okay, Now after that, if we are having a selected color, like if we click on any color, so that's gonna be only highlighted, right? So what I'm gonna do basically, here, let me remove this quickly. Now here what I'm gonna do basically, if selected color value is there, then only write this color property, right? If I click on this, uh, okay, so nothing, it's not happening in the right manner. So what I have to do basically, if selected color is equal to this color, okay, if selected color is equal to this color, then at that point of time only make the border color with the same color, and this border width also get removed from here, border width, and it's gonna be added to the this circle border. So let me add this here, border width gonna be 2. Now let me reload this. Now if I click on any circle, so you can see that it's becoming a like this. Awesome, perfect. Now after that we're gonna have a one button called add to cart. So let's quickly design it as well. And we had designed this color container. We're gonna have a button container. Okay, now we're gonna have a touchable opacity. Inside there we're gonna have a text called add to cart. So add to cart, let me copy this thoroughly, add to cart, and we're gonna have a background color with this, height will be 66. Okay, so style is equal to button. Okay, and we're gonna have a text as well, style is equal to styles dot button text. Okay, now let me call this like this. If we scroll down, and we're gonna have a button, so the button gonna be background color, as you know that we're gonna have a background color with this color. Okay, now you can see that, and the height gonna be 66. So instead of giving height, I'm gonna give you a padding of 66. Now let's check it out, it's not looking so weird, so I'm going to make it 20 padding. Okay, and the font size which I want, let's add a button text, and gonna have a font size of what the font size is gonna be 24, and the font weight will be semi bold. So let me add a 600, and the color should be white. Let's add a color white. Okay, and the text align gonna be center. Perfect. Now as you can see that we need some padding and margin as well, so I think padding will be 10, looks better. Yep, let's keep some margin of 10 as well. Okay, I think looking better. And after that we're gonna have some border radius of 20. Yeah, looks better. So yeah, we have designed this product details component, as you can see that. Okay, now let's go to the whole app.js. Instead of having a initial router name product details, let me remove that, and let's reload this. Okay, now if you click on this, you can see that it's opening on this new screen, right? Let's go back. If I click on this, it's again opening a new screen, and we can select the size, color, all the things whatever we want, and we click on add to cart. Awesome. Now what we want to supposed to do, whatever the data we are, let's go to the product card component. So you can see that we are passing navigating the product details component, and we are passing a item data as well. So what I'm supposed to do basically, we want that it should render that image, that data, all the things. Okay, so how we can do that, we have to go here, we have to write like this, const route is equal to use route. Okay, and what we have to write, console console.log route dot item. Okay, I think route dot, instead of route dot items, we're gonna have a route dot params dot item, and you can see that we are getting that this object. We are gonna having an ID and so on. So we're gonna have it like this: const item route dot params dot item. Okay, we get the item, and instead of showing this static image, let me do like this: item dot image. Perfect. Now, and after that, item dot title gonna be render here, item dot title, and instead of showing up this static price, let me do a dynamic price, item dot price as well. Okay, now you can see that it's, if I click on this beautiful girl, and you can see that the winter shorts and the price is showing. Awesome. Let's go back. Okay, so now you can see that this is the product detail screen which we had designed. And the next, so let's summarize this all this stuff. So we have created this nested navigation, we had created product details screen. Now in the next video, what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a card header component and the card screen design. Okay, now let's understand this quickly, what we had done, all the things. Let's thoroughly revise it. So first of all, in the root app.jsx, what we had done, inside the tab screen, we have a home screen. We are rendering home component. So we are rendering now home stack, and we have created one component called my home stack. Here we have defined our home component as a home screen. We are defining a product detail screen, and we calling product detail screen. Okay, now in the home screen, as you can see that this we had added this light functionality. Basically what is happening here, whenever user click on any icon, any light icon, so what we are doing here, we are adding one property called is light as a true on this item ID, on this object, whatever the object is it. Okay, and we are updating the set product state. Okay, now it's a product card component. As you can see that we, whenever we are clicking on any component, we are navigating to the product data screen, along with the we are passing a data in the props as well as an item. Okay, now if we go to the product detail screen, so what we are doing here, we are getting the route, we are reading the item using the route.params.item, and we are just rendering the item.image, item.title, item.price as well. And this is the things which we had designed right now. Okay, and we can click on this, it becomes selected and so on. Okay, in the next video, what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on this add to cart functionality. So yeah, that's all in this video, guys. I will also provide this Figma GitHub link for reference. You can check it out. And if you are guys facing any issue regarding this project, so what you have to do is, you know, that you have to just ping me on my WhatsApp. So let me show you the group icon image. So this is the group 0 degree coder group. Here what you have to do, you have to just scan this group, scan this image with your camera, and you can join our group. And please let me know if you guys have any question. Thank you. Bye.